Hi there, I'm the guy who set up a bunch of shit.
I set up a bunch of shit too.
I don't like setting up shit, but I like shit. I like shit, don't get me wrong, but I don't like setting it up.
Also, Paco is probably going to be joining us in this. Okay, so we're going to Halberd, right?
No, we're going to the stage after Halberd, which we should put into Omega form.
Yes, we should. Okay.
The score is 11-9 in my favor, and we shall continue now. I will be trying... See, I set up 2, not 1, but 2 equipment thingies. Not a fan of equipment, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to see how this comes out.
You set up equipment for Captain Phoenix?
I did.
Interesting. I'm so glad that I can use the gamepad to watch what I'm doing, because there's a little bit of a lag on my recording screen.
Right.
And also the quality is kind of fuzzy. So what we tried to do basically with our equipment setup is make it to where we're like even.
Right.
Because like with the setup that I had before, it was kind of overpowered.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know if I used it on recording or not, but I had a setup for a little while.
You didn't.
Alright, I had a setup for a while that I was using that was kind of OP.
There was basically nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Like, I still did okay, because with no offense to Danielle, I am, you know, kind of marginally, like, very slightly better, so obviously I could still keep up slightly, but...
But it was still tipped a little bit too much in my favor.
Right.
So we're trying to make it to where, like, I'm not crippled by not having any equipment, but at the same time, he's not crippled by me having it and him not. That was a dunk.
You couldn't help it, I need to get that show me moves in there.
I don't want to show you my boobs right now, Raven. Maybe after we record, but not right now.
Relax, mistress.
You relax.
No.
Relax and let me do all the work for you, Raven. I can't laugh too hard. I've got stomach cramps.
Why?
Probably because I ate fried pickles and crab cakes.
I'm sorry. That's what you get for making me set up all this equipment.
I didn't make you do it.
Yeah, I tried to be like, nah, I'll just go no equipment.
And then I was like, are you sure? And then you were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll go set up mine.
Just don't sass me.
And I certainly didn't ask you to set up equipment for Captain Phoenix. I didn't even think you were gonna be...
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I was already setting equipment, it was like, you know what? I'm at the screen, not gonna be here for a while. Might as well try to get it done. Wasn't that... He's plus 11 speed, which I thought would be too much. But I quickly got in the habit of controlling it again, so... I can tame the beast.
Those man nipples, though.
I know, but are they not wicked arousing?
No, actually. Do you want this one in Omega?
No.
I don't really either.
It's fine. So I know I already finished telling you this, Danielle, but for the sake of the audience and for the me not just seeming like, oh fuck that, I hate it for no reason. I'm not a fan of equipment. It's just like I'm not a fan of using it really. But in some cases, you know, you have to, because it's like, oh, if I don't, you know, what am I gonna... like, for example, as we were saying, Danielle's equipment was really good, and obviously it helped her quite a bit, but it's like, if I didn't use equipment, I could not really do much. Which would make for a bit of a boring versus. So I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to sound like, oh, if you use equipment, you suck, because you don't. I don't mean you specifically, Danielle, I mean you in a broad sense.
Right, but like at the same time, if you didn't use equipment and I didn't, then I would still be getting my ass handed to me because Mario is like, can outspeed Yoshi.
Right.
Really well, especially with his attacks. Yoshi's attacks are kind of slow.
I'm also not a fan of equipment because it's just like randomly generated, and it's like, no, like, I just want to play vanilla characters, like, we can use custom moves, fine, but sometimes all the stat changing gets on my nerves, because it's like, no, that's not the... I have genuinely said to myself, my god, I wish someone had told Sakurai this was a bad idea, because it's not a bad idea, but sometimes I just don't want it there.
In a sense, like, there are ways that it can be a bad idea. It just depends on, like, who's using it, I guess, and how you use it. Like, for instance, Defensor Lucario.
Right. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
I hate to say it, but when someone uses that, a small amount of my respect for them in the terms of competitive Smash is forever gone. And
Well,
it can't be brought back.
I don't know, because Zach does that when he's fighting against us.
And?
So have you lost respect for him in competitive Smash?
Well,
Because in his case, he's only doing it because that's how he survives against us.
right, I know that much, but it's like, in my eyes, like, if you want to get better at competitive Smash, it shouldn't be, I'm just going to add a bunch of attack and defense to this character and make it so I can get people to 100% in 3 hits, which obviously isn't what he did, but, you know, being a bit broader here. It should be, I'm going to get my ass handed to me and practice a lot with the character the way they are. It's like if you love something, love it for, I'm gonna get deep and fucking emotional here, ready? I'm gonna fucking turn Smash into, like, my life fucking story. If you love something, love it for what it is. Don't change them. Unless they have a really small penis. Like a 2-incher when it's hard, like, you might want to change that. Maybe.
Alright, this one should be an Omega.
It should. I thought of a funny joke.
Like, even with the reason I've been using equipment on Yoshi is because I pretty much only play against you.
Really?
Pretty much.
Why?
I don't have anybody else to play with.
You could play against Jeff or Zach.
They don't, I mean, I guess Jeff technically has the internet for it now, but Jeff is usually busy with stuff, especially now that he's going to be going back to college. Zach does not have the internet for it. I don't even think Zach has a Wii U. I'm not sure if Jeff does, even.
What about, like, online friends?
I guess, I mean,
you could. You don't have to just play against me.
you
I mostly
are
play
my only online friend that plays Smash, though, I think.
Mazadon. You play Smash. You can play against him.
He's
play...
more of an acquaintance.
Well, right, but I mean, you could still play Smash against him, you know?
I guess I could, but
Plenty of our subscribers would happily play. I could just be like, yo, Vinny, go fight for a bit. And he'll be like, okay, I'm fucking Vinny. Because that's how it talks.
okay, well, my point was, I pretty much have been using equipment to keep up with you.
Right.
If I'm going against, like, just somebody else who isn't quite as good, then I don't need to use it. The reason I've even been using it in free-for-alls with Jeff and you is because it's a free-for-all and I'm bad at those.
Right. Well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better?
Gooder.
It does get tough to keep up with it, because it's like, if it ever, like, you know, like, with you being able to update your equipment, I mean, because it's like, alright, cool, like, you're confident, like, we're gonna fight Danielle, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna do good, I got this. It's like, if you're fighting a character who is, it's like imagine an amiibo, right? And like they start off and it's like level 1, it's like, okay, I can beat you, no problem. And they get to level 20 and it's like, oh geez, you're learning, like, you know new things now, so I need to rethink some things. But then after, you know, level 30, it's like, okay, cool, I'm winning again, I got my streak back on. But then level 40 comes around, new equipment, and it's like, okay, I gotta relearn shit. So it's like, as annoying as equipment can get to me, it's also kind of good because it doesn't trap me into like, oh, I'm fighting Danielle, I know she's gonna do A, B, C at D, E, and F moments, right?
Right.
Like, you changed how you do round pounds now because you changed that, so it's like, I can't necessarily use the old tactics I did with that anymore because they wouldn't work the same, you know?
Not always, no.
So as annoying as I, most of the time, find equipment, I do find some moments where I do be like, that's good. The end.
Right.
That was a pretty shitty story, but
Like, in my eyes, to me, I'm just trying to use it as a way for things to stay even.
right.
Like, when I notice that, okay, this equipment is really overpowered, I gotta stop using it, I stopped using it.
Do you want to change this or no?
Yeah, Omega.
The only time that I ever have a problem with you specifically using equipment is if I'm in a really bad mood, you know, which is rare. Either in a really bad mood or feeling kind of grumpy, which isn't all that. Sometimes I have days where it's just like I'm fucking grumpy.
Wait, what number match is this?
I don't know the number match, but I know right now it's 13 for me, 10 for you.
All right. Well, when we get back to the thing, we can.
All right, it is the hold on. This is the 4th match.
Okay. One more after this.
Yep.
For this video, anyway, we can keep recording after.
Wait. You had one. I had. Yes, this is the 4th match. Anyway, the only time it ever knows me when you do it, which is, as I said, very rare because I kind of have to be in a bad mood for it to happen, is if it's like you bring out new equipment and you know it's getting hard to beat you, and it's like, no, like I'm the one that's better.
Yeah. But at the same
You could
time.
have Pokemon. I want Smash.
Okay, but like I want Smash 2.
I know, and I respect it. Like, I'm not saying, like, no, you have to let me be better forever. But every once in a while, it's just like, no! It's my game! It's mine! I'm gonna go
We
to
already
Sakurai.
know you're better at it, though. This would be like if we were doing Mario World versus I could use warps and you couldn't.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not saying I always feel like it. It's just like every once in a while, if I'm feeling grumpy, it's like, stop! I want to win!
Okay, but like, even now, with equipment and all, you're still winning.
Okay, I know. I'm in a grumpy mood. I'm not thinking rationally when I say that to myself. And even when I do say that to myself, after a minute, it's like, alright, Raven, you're being a bit of a brat. Chillax. Chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why I just stood there for a second.
I don't know either.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I was gonna tell a story about something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, it's about talents, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying being super good at Smash is a talent, but it's like, it's also sometimes it's just like, man, like everyone I know, not everyone, but a lot of people I know have something really cool they can do, right?
Yeah.
Except me. It's like, cause I don't like, you could say playing Super Mario World, but I mean, I don't really mean video game like tons. I mean, like, for example, you can like draw really well and do really great remixes. I can do neither of those things.
I wouldn't say
can
my
sh-
remixes are really great.
Well, okay, fine. You can remix at all.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't.
I could teach you.
I mean, in theory, yeah. but you don't
Remixes
have
are
to.
definitely like a thing that can be taught. With like art, I don't know. I feel like that's harder to teach.
Nah, I don't. This is gonna sound weird. I don't, quote unquote, believe in quote unquote teaching art. I feel like if you're gonna become a really good artist, you gotta not be self-taught. Like, you know, there are obviously things to pick up on, like anatomy and sizes of things. But it's nicer to have your own style than like to buy a how to draw a manga book and copy that step by step, you know?
Well, right, but that's just personal style. I mean, like, the stuff I would teach you wouldn't be style-wise. It would probably just be technique-wise. But then again, I would have trouble even teaching you that because I'm mostly self-taught.
Right, now I'm self-taught
The
and
best
everything.
I could do is teach
Oh,
you,
that was so close if I'd gone the other direction.
I'm sorry. The best I could teach you would be, like, the basics, like what my teacher taught me. And I had a good art teacher back in 8th grade. He was awesome.
Was it Auntie? Oh, it wasn't Auntie. You said he. Thought maybe it was Auntie.
No. His name was Mr. Ibanez, and he was awesome.
Mr. Ibanez? This is nice. I fucking like that name.
Ibanez.
Mr. Ibanez.
Omega on this one, I think.
Okay.
Because the cars.
Do you not like that movie? Excuse me. I burped.
You did.
While normally I wouldn't bother to say excuse me, we are on video.
Like that's ever made us say excuse me before.
You know, Danielle, maybe the audience cringes every time I burp. Maybe they cringe every time I speak. I don't know. I'm not the audience.
I kind of doubt that.
Although, I mean, I do on my main channel. Like, if I'm responding to the comments, I do it from my main account. Because like, if there was if every time I saw a comment, I wanted to respond. I'm very talkative, and I like to respond to almost every comment. I like to respond to a lot of comments, you know. But like, if I had to log into the Cat in the Bat every single time, I just do it from my main account.
You can't just do the thing where you go to add account and like just switch between the two with one click.
No.
Why can't you?
I gotta like. I mean, I probably could, but I gotta like sign out, then sign back in.
No, like you don't have to sign out and sign back in. You just.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like I haven't done that.
Oh. Well, it's pretty easy to do. I've got it to where I can just switch between the two accounts with like 2 clicks.
Nice.
So, I mean, you can do that easily.
I could.
That's a lot easier than signing back in and signing out. I have never had to sign in and sign out since like the first day.
Is it a problem that I respond to my personal account? Because then it's like,
it's
oh
not.
man, the cat...
I'm just trying to solve your problem
right, no,
for you.
Well, I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying, I could, if it ever becomes a problem, I'll just tell myself like, oh, the audience likes that I use my main account because it shows that I care, you know? I do it personally, man to man, I was gonna say woman to woman, but I am not a woman.
I got that dank.
You did.
Have we explained why it's called a dank?
I don't think we've even referred to it as a dank on video.
Okay, well here's why. It's like a dunk, right? But it's up. So it's called a dank because you get high.
You know Captain Falcon's dunk?
Yeah, what about it?
I got a really good one earlier when I was playing against someone who was like good at, like they were okay at Brawl, but like not competitive. They didn't really know what a dunk was, and they were playing as Kirby, so they were just right up against the ledge, like jumping up, and I was like, okay, bye. You're dead. It was pretty great.
Did they message you like, what the fuck, bruh?
No, it was in person.
Oh. Oh, was it when you were teaching?
Yeah, I was teaching. It wasn't the person I was teaching, but the person I was teaching basically lost interest, and I was like, alright, I'm just gonna kick everyone in this house's ass then. Oh!
Shit.
I couldn't help it. I could not. It's instinct, Danielle.
I know.
I don't even do it on purpose. Show me your moves.
I don't want to show you my Raven. We've been over this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mistress. Don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad. It's just, get your mind out of the gutter, Raven.
You're the one that brings it up every time.
You're the one who keeps doing the taunt knowing that I'm going to bring it up.
No, I kind of think like, alright, she's done with the joke. Son of a bitch.
How the hell did I get that?
You know how this has to end, right?
How does this have to end? With a Falco Punch?
Oh, that would have been really cool if I got that knee. Like, no, like that. Ooh!
Fake!
Show me your moves!
I was gonna make that comeback, and then I didn't make it.
I think that was it for this video, actually.
Yeah, that's it for this video.
Can we... Okay. Show me your moves. Wait, hold on. Ready?
Uh-huh.
This isn't even gonna be that funny to anyone but me. In the next episode, Danielle shows me her moves.